Pensacola 911. Where is your emergency?
It's like a non-emergency. We want to report a missing person. Report what? A missing person. It's my sister.
How old is she?
She's 25.
And what is her name?
Samira Watkins.
Where was the last place you saw her?
The last place I seen her was Thursday night around 8 o'clock.
All right, we'll get an officer over there to you.
Samira's sister said that the night Samira went missing, Samira worked a shift at her job. She went home. She changed her clothes. She let her sister know that she was going over to talk to her boyfriend, Zachary Littleton, and that she would be home later that night. She was never seen or heard from again.
So it just made sense to go ahead and talk to Zachary Littleton as quickly as possible to see whether or not Samira had actually made it to his apartment. He could very well be the last person that had seen her.
You'll have a seat here. I'll be right back, okay?
Zachary Littleton was a 24-year-old member of the United States Navy. He was stationed here in Pensacola at Pensacola Naval Air Station, and Littleton was Samira's boyfriend.
What's your full God-given birth name?
Zachary Antoine Littleton.
What's your address?
I was staying at 3500 Creighton Road at the apartment, but I moved the last 2 days. Because my wife and my daughter, they'll be here in Friday, the 6th. She was stationed in Goose Creek, and I'm stationed here, so the Navy decided to put us together, so we...
Oh, so you're both in the Navy?
Right.
Where's Goose Creek?
South Carolina.
So y'all finally get to be together. Cool. That's really good.
We learned Zachary Littleton was married to an enlisted Navy sailor who lived out of town and was caring for their child.
Littleton was a bit of a playboy. That's easily an indicator of somebody that's flat out a liar and who probably will lie about other things.
So you know the reason why you're here, we had that discussion over the phone.
Yeah, about Sammy going missing.
You know her as Sammy?
Yeah.
Okay. But you've had some dealings with her, you've talked to her.
Yeah, she's been over to the house like maybe 4 or 5 times. We'd chill, kick it or whatever, but you know, it wasn't nothing really a relationship. We were just friends. That's what I thought it was.
So you've known her for how long then?
It's a few months. Not a whole year. It's been a few months.
Did your wife know that you were talking to this girl?
No.
Okay. Would that be a problem if she knew that?
No, because she knew I have a lot of friends.
Did you have any kind of a relationship with Sammy that was more than just friends?
No.
I need you to tell me exactly when you saw her last.
Wednesday.
Definitely Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday, somebody dropped her off. So I was like, why you coming just popping up at my house like that? And I was like, you know what? You need to leave.
All right,
and then she was getting like attached, so I just told her, I'm married. I got a daughter, so why should it? It was good while it lasted, and you knew it from the gate. You knew it from the beginning that you weren't gonna be the woman in my life, and that's when I took her home.
Does it strike you as odd that we're here talking about her?
It struck me, yeah, because now she's missing, and excuse me, but it messes me up.
How does it mess you up?
Because how is that possible? I mean, I didn't do it. Anything, I'm not responsible for her being missing. I hate it for her because she was a nice person. She wasn't no feisty type or no. She had good tendencies to be a good woman.
There was a period during the interview where Zachary Littleton would refer to Samira in the past tense. She was this, or she was that. That struck me as odd. At this point, she is missing, but she could be any number of places and be perfectly fine. Littleton had definitely not relieved my suspicions of him, nor did he lead me to where she was at. And as he left, I felt like he very well could be responsible for Samira's disappearance.
learned Samira Watkins had recently become pregnant.
Samira's family made it very clear that Littleton definitely knew she was pregnant and that the baby was his.
Her family said that Zachary Littleton was not happy about this information.
Zachary Littleton was so against her pregnancy that he encouraged her to get an abortion. On the morning of November 3rd, some jet skiers found a large duffel bag that was washed up on shore of a waterway very close to Pensacola Naval Air Station. The bag had a foul odor coming from it. There was insect activity on and around it, and there was even blood that was seeping out of the bag. When the sheriff's office got there and they opened it up, they did find a body of a female inside of that bag, deceased.
She had no clothing on except a bra, and she was curled up in the fetal position inside of the duffel bag.
A latent fingerprint examiner was able to conduct a fingerprint comparison on site, and they were able to report that indeed this was Samira Watkins. We later learned that cause of death was asphyxiation, most likely a strangulation. It completely changed the whole look of the investigation. It was now a homicide, and Littleton was our main suspect.
When we opened the bag, there's a few things that we learned. First and foremost, she was missing an earring.
When Samira went missing, we knew that she had been wearing both earrings because we obtained the video surveillance from her employer.
Finding that second earring would be so important. If I found it in the possession of an individual, they would certainly be potentially the killer. There was also a couple of paper towels in the bag. You could clearly see that it had a distinct pattern on it. During that search, we found some key pieces of evidence. We did find a roll of paper towels that matched exactly the print of the paper towel found inside the bag with Samira. But the biggest thing found at Littleton's house was that matching earring, the earring we'd been looking for.
That was a direct link between the victim, the scene, and the suspect.
Any doubt that I had, which wasn't much, was now eliminated. I knew that Zachary Littleton was our killer.
Zachary Littleton was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Justice was served.
This was such a tragic case and involved a young mother and her unborn child, and because of that, there was a special sense of desire to do justice for them.